Trouble Busters!
I'm Hillary, a 34-year-old housewife. I married my husband Kent 15 years ago. We have a middle school son, Tom. Life has been busy, but I couldn't be happier about my life. Having this family is the best thing that's ever happened to me. But there was one problem. Kent's mother, my mother-in-law, is a person who lacks common sense. Kent warned me before we married, and he often reminded me of that after we got married. I could only imagine how terrible she must be if her son had to warn me about her. So I tried to avoid her as much as possible, but there was a limit to what I could control. The other day, Kent's mother came unannounced. I saw her smoking standing outside my house through the intercom. What is she, a rock star? She didn't even try to hide her cigarette. Hi, mother-in-law. What brought you here all of a sudden? Here, you can use this ashtray. I won big at the casino nearby. Oh, really? That's great. So I came to share my winnings with you guys. Here's $200. No, I can't accept this. You should spend it yourself. Oh, you sure? May I come in? I'm a little tired and I'm so thirsty. My shoulders are stiff too. Is she expecting me to give her a massage? Can I break her bones too? I wanted to send her home, but she barged in before I could say anything. Do you have anything to drink, Hillary? I have tea and coffee. Which one would you like? I'll take a beer. What the hell? Mother-in-law, I said tea or coffee. It's 2 in the afternoon. But you do have beer, right? Come on, I want a beer. 500 milliliter bottle. I don't have beer at home. Aren't regular beer bottles 350 mils? Seriously, what is she talking about? I came to see you, and this is how you treat me? Well, if I start complaining, I'm sure Kent will give me a hard time later, so I'll let it slide this time. Uh-huh. It's fine. I'll go to the closest store to grab some beer and come back. And then she quickly got up and ran out. This wasn't the first time. She had come unannounced several times and asked for beer. Then she would leave right after. Dealing with her is such a headache. 2 hours later, I was in the kitchen making dinner. Suddenly, I heard a loud bang outside the house. Crash! Bang! So I ran outside to see what was happening. Then I saw the most unbelievable thing in my life. My mother-in-law's car crashed into the utility pole on the roadside. I ran as fast as I could to the car, and I saw something even more shocking when I got there. Hey, wake up! Ow! Hey, tell them you jumped in front of my car! Oh! Quick, tell them, Tom! My son Tom was lying on the ground, face down, and my mother-in-law was yelling at him frantically. Tom! Oh my God, are you okay? I ran to Tom and tried to see if he was all right, but he was already unconscious. It's not my fault. He came out of nowhere. Mother-in-law, what are you doing? Call an ambulance. It's not my fault. He came out of nowhere. I don't care. Call an ambulance now. The ambulance and police arrived shortly after, and Tom was rushed to the hospital. The police talked to both of us.
What happened?
Tom, my grandson, suddenly jumped in front of my car out of nowhere. I tried to avoid him, but it was too late. You're lying! I heard you yelling at my unconscious son when I came to check on him. You were yelling, tell them you jumped in front of my car. You think you can say whatever you want just because you married my son? I won't be nice to you anymore. What are you talking about? Are you hearing yourself? Time to trouble Buster.
I'm gonna need both of you to calm down, all right? Wait, did you have anything to drink?
Excuse me? I didn't drink any alcohol today.
No, I can smell the alcohol from you. Yep, it's definitely alcohol.
There's something wrong with your nose then.
Your speech is slurred, madam. You're coming with me to the station. Cuff her!
Yes, sir. Get in the car. Hey, stop resisting! My mother-in-law was taken away by the police. After I told the police everything I had seen, I rushed to the hospital Tom was admitted to. I called my husband and explained the situation while heading to the hospital. Hey, Ken. Tom was...
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I can't forgive her even though she's your mother.
Of course. How's Tom? Is he alright?
I don't know yet. I'm on my way to the hospital right now.
I see. I'll go to the hospital now.
Okay, I'll see you there. I arrived at the hospital. The nurse told me that Tom was taken to the emergency for surgery. My husband arrived shortly after. We prayed that Tom's surgery would go well. My husband and I nervously waited for Tom's surgery to finish. Finally, the nurse pushed Tom's bed out of the surgery room. He was still asleep and looked very peaceful. Tom! Oh, my baby boy!
Are you Tom's parents? His surgery went well.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you so much.
He will wake up tomorrow, so don't worry.
Thank you.
Although he suffered serious injuries, we believe there's going to be little chance of permanent damage with rehab. It was a close call for him. I see. I'm so glad our son is alright. Yes, if he had been brought here a little later, his life would have been in danger. Not to mention the after effects. Hillary, you saved him in the nick of time. I'm so sorry that my mother caused all this.
Yeah, I'm just glad Tom is fine now. I wonder what happened to your mother. Later, I found out that during the interrogation, my mother-in-law kept saying, "Tom jumped in front of my car. I tried to avoid him, but it was too late." She never changed her story, which was very typical of her. But of course, no one believed my mother-in-law since she'd been charged with drunk driving. Anyway, I can stop worrying after the doctor said that there was little to no chance of permanent injury to Tom. I felt so relieved. The next day, Tom woke up as the doctor said. Ow. Tom, how are you feeling, Tom? Mom? Oh, thank goodness. I'll go get the doctor. I came back to Tom's room with the doctor. He examined Tom and said Tom should be hospitalized for a month and then switch to home care if his condition allowed. In other words, Tom was out of the woods. Seems like Tom would make a smooth recovery. After Tom got a little better, the police came to the hospital to get his statement. Tom answered all the questions honestly without leaving any details. The police left after they finished taking Tom's statement. As expected, Tom didn't jump in front of my mother-in-law's car. My mother-in-law was intoxicated when the accident happened. The accident was completely her fault. My mother-in-law was charged with drunk driving and dangerous driving. Ken said he wanted to see his mother before she was imprisoned. I decided to accompany him. We went to the police station and saw her. I'm so glad you guys came. Get me out of here, quick! Mother-in-law.
Mom, I'm gonna cut ties with you.
What? Don't say that! Oh, for God's sakes, get me out of here, please!
You almost killed my son! Do you not feel sorry at all? I'm ashamed to have a mother like you.
What? But it wasn't my fault. Tom jumped in front of my car.
Are you still saying that to people? Can't you see how ridiculous you are? I'm so sorry about my mother, Hillary.
It's okay because Tom's getting better now.
She and I will no longer be related. Let's forget about her and move on.
Okay. Wait, please! I still need you to visit me and bring me snacks. I'll be lonely here. Then you'll have time to reflect on yourself. Ken and I left the police station. On our way home, we made the decision to move. We're moving to a place so far away that my mother-in-law can never find us after she completes her sentence. My mother-in-law went on trial after that. she was sentenced to 15 years in prison. The case attracted a lot of media attention. As for my son Tom, he recovered speedily and was discharged from the hospital. The accident made a significant impact on Tom's life. He looked up to the doctor who performed his surgery. He now wants to be a great doctor in the future. If my son's determined to become a doctor, I'll need to earn more money to support his education. I'm gonna try my best too. Troublebusters.
My name is Hillary. Alex and I have been together since high school. We got married soon after graduating from university. We struggled to have a baby, and we were just about to start fertility treatment. But out of the blue, I got pregnant! I suffered a lot with morning sickness during the early stages of my pregnancy. But now my morning sickness is much better, and it's almost my due date! I was worried about my first baby and my health, so we decided that I would go back to my parents' house so that my mom can look after me once baby is here. Alex drove to my parents' house. Hi, Mom! We're on our way! We'll be there in about half an hour. Great! You'll make it for dinner. I'll cook something special. Alex loves steak, right? I have a few. So I'll start cooking when you get here. Great! He'll love it. I'll tell him now. He got so excited about the steak, he almost drove into a ditch. Stop bothering him. Just let him drive safely. Phew, that was close. Oh, by the way, your cousin John and his wife are visiting us. Do you remember? You missed their wedding because of your severe morning sickness? That's why they wanted to say hello. And say thank you for the present you sent. Wow, that's really nice of them. I haven't seen John in ages. While I was texting my mom, our car finally reached our destination. It was getting dark outside, so it was time to eat dinner.
Long time no see, Hillary.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, John.
This is my wife, Cindy.
Very nice to finally meet you. I'm Cindy. Thank you very much for the lovely gift you sent us for the wedding. I heard you were suffering from morning sickness. Thank you for saying that. Nice to meet you too. I'm Hillary. I'm sorry I couldn't attend your wedding. My morning sickness was so bad. I could only eat French fries. Oh, and this is my husband, Alex, the one who gets too excited about steak.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm usually a good driver. Very nice to meet you.
Come on, everyone. Have a seat and eat. I got so excited and prepared a lot. So don't be shy and eat up. We have plenty of drinks too, but none for you, Hillary. I know.
And Cindy can't.
Really? Well, actually, I'm 4 months pregnant. I didn't want to tell anyone until everything had settled down, but we decided to tell you guys today. Wow! Congratulations! So, no alcohol for Sydney, right? Are you suffering from morning sickness? Can you eat what we have here? My morning sickness is not bad at all. So I can eat anything, but I do understand how you craved French fries, Hillary. My friend said the same too. It's like an expectant mom's addiction, isn't it? When you suffer from morning sickness, you just need to eat whatever you can.
Let's have a toast for the safe delivery of Hillary and Alex's babies, and Cindy's pregnancy. Cheers!
We had a great time, so we kept on eating and drinking till it was very late. Alex and I had already planned to stay overnight, but John and Cindy also decided to stay as it was very late. While I was taking a bath after dinner, it was so much fun tonight, baby. You want to meet everyone, right? It won't be long. Huh? A blackout? What's happening? While I was in the bath, the light went off. I thought it wouldn't last long, so I stayed in the bath. All of a sudden, the bathroom door opened. Who is it? Is it you, Mom? Alex? Stop fooling around! I don't like surprises! As my eyes got used to the dark, I could see a shape of a person. The shadowy figure was slowly coming closer. I jumped up in the bath, and that must have got the person panicked. I was pushed back. I hit the back of my head on the bathtub. As I was losing my consciousness, I saw the shadowy figure running away. The next day, I woke up in the hospital. I opened my eyes, wondering where I was as I looked up at the white ceiling of the hospital and the IVs I was connected to. I tentatively touched my stomach. Thank God! The baby's moving inside my belly. Hillary, you're awake! I'll call the nurse. Wait there! When I woke up, my mom immediately called the doctor and the nurse. Alex and Dad came in after and told me what happened last night. I was knocked out after hitting my head on the bathtub. My mom heard me scream, and she called an ambulance straight away. Then I was taken to the hospital where I was planning to give birth. Doctor, baby? Don't worry, your baby's fine. But you got hurt, so you need to stay in the hospital till you give birth. We might need to perform a C-section to be safe. I don't care how I give birth now, as long as the baby is safe.
I'm so relieved you're alright, Hillary. I thought I was gonna lose you and the baby. But why did you fall like that? I'm the clumsy one, not you. So what happened?
Yeah, you reminded me. Can you call the police?
What?
I didn't slip and fall. During the blackout, someone came into the bathroom and the person pushed me. That's why I fell. Hillary, is it true? Yep. Before we called the police, we explained what happened to the hospital staff, and the police came the next morning. You won't get away with this, troublebuster.
So while you were in the bath, there was a blackout, and someone came into the bathroom. You were surprised, so you screamed. The intruder got jumpy and pushed you.
Officer, there was no blackout yesterday. Huh? Really? Does that mean the shadowy person deliberately turned off the lights in the bath?
Ma'am, the intruder came in through the door, you said. It is likely that the person who pushed you is one of the family who were there in the house at that time. Well, you need to rest for now. If you remember anything, please give us a call.
A few hours later, the police finished interviewing me, and I was exhausted. Out of the blue, my stomach started to tighten. Hang on!
What is it? Do you remember anything?
No, not that! Can you call the nurse? Please? The baby is coming! My water just broke! It hurts!
Gosh, the baby is coming now?
I went into labor and had a C-section. The baby was born safely, with a healthy cry. 2 weeks later, I was discharged from the hospital and went back to my parents' home, where there was a definite gloomy air. I was wondering what had happened, and then I saw John and Mom's dad. Turns out, the person who pushed me in the bath was my cousin, John! He was arrested by the police, and he confessed, telling the police.
I heard that women's breasts get bigger when they are pregnant, so I wanted to have a peek. I thought Hillary would just laugh it off and not get angry. But when she screamed, I panicked, so I pushed her.
That's what he said.
We are so very sorry. But he didn't mean any harm. It was an unfortunate accident.
What in the world?
Well, can you say to the police that it was just a misunderstanding?
How could you even ask me?
I know we are asking a huge favor of you, but John's wife Cindy is pregnant. Don't you feel anything? Making this unborn child's father a criminal?
The baby is innocent, of course. But what John did to me is unforgivable. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to lie to the police.
Don't say that, please. We're begging you. We can give you money. How much do you need? If it's not enough, we can sell the house, so please.
How can you even think we can forgive him? I could have lost my wife and my child, those who I love most in the whole world. Can you not understand this? He didn't mean any harm. He's a pervert, a peeping Tom, a sexual predator.
Please, Just leave. We will pay the hospital bill and compensation. Don't forget, even if you pay, the police will still press charges. John was charged and tried. He was found guilty. Cindy divorced him and will raise her child as a single parent. John's parents, however, accused her of being a heartless wife who can't even wait for her husband's return from prison. They even said that she was stealing their grandchild, but Cindy recorded all their abusive words and threatened by saying that if they harass her anymore, she'll hand the recordings to the police. So they stopped. I couldn't feel totally relaxed until John's trial was over. But now, everything is finished and we're both enjoying our new lives as parents. I'm still scared of being in the bathroom on my own, so Alex stands by the door for me every time I take a bath. My body has healed. But to get over the trauma of what happened to me will take a little longer, I guess. Troublebusters.
Trouble Busters!
My name is Alex. People say I don't look bad for my age, but I am turning 50 this year. I have a wife, Yvette, and a daughter, Ariel, but we don't really get on. My wife doesn't show any love towards me anymore, and my daughter is going through her rebellious period. Ariel, it's your birthday soon. Why don't we go for dinner as a family for a change? You can have anything you want.
Huh? What do you mean? Why do I have to go out with someone as old and wrinkly as you? Dad, get a facelift and ask again. So gross.
Ariel, you can't talk to your dad like that. I got comments about my youthful look sometimes, you know.
Stop talking nonsense. Just give me some money so I can go shopping. Don't talk to me.
She stormed off and locked herself in her room again. Well, Ariel is not coming with us, so it's just you and I, Yvette.
Huh? Did someone say something?
You can hear me. It's just you and me in this room. Am I a ghost or something?
I can't hear anything.
It's like this in our family. I noticed that Yvette has been going out a lot lately, and she doesn't care if our home is a mess. Even when I come home late from work, there's no one at home. So I clean up the mess my wife and daughter made after a long day at work and cook dinner. That's my daily routine. When I told my coworkers about this, they said that I was like a slave. But I do all this because family is important to me. I love my family. That's why I do it.
Dad, check your phone.
Ariel! Oh, I'm so happy you're texting me. You finally unblocked me. So, do you want to go out for dinner for your birthday now? What do you want to eat?
What are you talking about? I just wanted you to stop bothering me and Mom.
What do you mean?
Can you not see? Mom's fed up with being married to a wrinkly old man like you. She's got a cute boyfriend now.
What?
She has. He is so cool. I met him before. He's hot, runs an IT company, likes surfing, and super rich, too. I want him to be my dad.
You can't even joke about things like this, you know?
What makes you think I'm joking? I know you're poor. Mom told her boyfriend how much you're earning. He couldn't believe we live on such little money. Mom told me that it was the biggest mistake of her life marrying you.
I see. You think I'm just a wrinkly, ugly old man. Do you have a picture of your mom's boyfriend?
Yeah, they are so loved up. So I have the two of them kissing. I'll send it to you.
And his name?
He's the CEO of a company called Trouble Co. He's called President Eames. Don't you think he's hot?
I see. Thanks. I will think about the divorce like you suggested.
Good. I heard that when you get a divorce, you get money, right? It's something called divorce settlement, child maintenance. When Mom gets that, I'll get a new phone. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks to Ariel's message, I finally realized they don't think of me as a husband or a father. I don't want to waste another second of my precious life on them. I'll be a lot happier without them. So I spent a few days preparing for the next step. When I finished what I had to do, I gave them the divorce petition when they were both in our living room. You won't get away with this! Trouble Buster! Yvette, I can't stand you anymore. Let's get a divorce.
Huh? Why all of a sudden?
You finally have some sense. What took you so long? Mom, you're finally free.
I've spoken to a lawyer and will demand compensation. It's up to you to pay the amount I'm demanding, or you can hire a lawyer and fight it.
What compensation? What did I ever do to you? I didn't do anything. Literally, both good or bad. Or did it make you sad like a baby when I was acting as if you weren't there?
You say you didn't do anything, huh? But you are having an affair, aren't you? With that guy Innes, the CEO of Trouble Co.
I don't even know who that is.
Don't even try. Ariel here told me everything, and even sent me a photo of you two together.
Ariel? Why did you do that?
Huh? But you always said you want to get a divorce and marry that cute guy. Here, you send me messages. Why are you saying this?
Stop talking!
Why are you getting mad at me? I told Dad you can be free of him. So you can divorce this creep and marry that hot guy. And the person who's in the wrong has to pay compensation, right? So Dad is the one who has to pay compensation.
No, your mom has to pay me compensation.
Huh? What?
You can't take what this child says seriously.
It's not just her words in the picture she gave me. I spoke to your boyfriend directly yesterday. Oh, by the way, he told me something very interesting.
What did he say?
He's married.
Huh? You're lying!
It's true.
It can't be. He told me he's single.
When I mentioned compensation, he immediately told me that he will break up with you and pay me whatever I want. He begged me not to tell his family about you. He even cried. He admitted the affair, and it went very smoothly.
My gosh! I'm finished! It's all your fault, Ariel. Your big fat mouth ruined everything!
I only repeated what you said all the time to Dad. Besides, you said this creep is so poor he's not even worth keeping as your cash cow, right? So what's the problem?
Me being poor, huh? It's true that my salary is not very good, but I get money from the properties that I inherited from my parents. And I have stocks and shares, so I'm quite a wealthy man.
Wealthy?
You're young, so you might not understand this. But to have a house this size in this area, having a stay-at-home wife, and sending you to an expensive private school? Did you think a poor man can do all that?
So, if Mom and Dad get divorced, and I go with Mom, she has to pay compensation to you? You don't have to contribute financially?
You really will be very poor. Of course, I will pay the minimum child maintenance, but other than that, your mom has to earn. You'll probably need to quit your school and go to a public school. Your mom can't drive, so no one is going to pick you up when you go out. And if your smartphone, that you worship so much, breaks, you probably won't be able to buy a new one. This is what you wanted, right, Ariel? Aren't you happy your mom and dad are getting a divorce?
Hang on! I'm sorry! I really am! I was wrong. It's all my fault, so please, I'm sorry! I love my daddy! Really!
Huh?
I didn't like Mom's boyfriend, really. But Mom told me to be nice to him, so that's why I pretended. But all I want is my daddy.
I'm sorry, but it's too late. I was a slave to you and your mom for 15 years. I want to be free. Regarding all money and child maintenance, talk to my lawyer.
Alex, wait! I don't want to get a divorce.
As I said to you, talk to my lawyer.
No! I'm sorry. I don't want to be poor.
After that day, my lawyer handled all the divorce procedures and got compensation from my wife. I sold the house too. I bought a nice condo, perfect for single life. As I promised, I sent child maintenance every month until Ariel was 18. But I heard that Yvette uses that money on herself.
Daddy, I truly am sorry. I was such a stupid girl. Mom doesn't cook anymore. She's still angry she got dumped. She started a job but seems busy all the time, so I eat junk food, alone. I want to go back to how we were before.
You can't always get what you want. I pay your monthly allowance. How you use it is up to you and your mother. Talk to your mother and work on how you can make each other happy as a family.
You're so mean. I said sorry. You're the worst. Don't you love your own daughter?
Just talk to your mother. I am not interested. Like you said before, I am just a cash cow, right? Sometimes I have exchanges like this with Ariel, but I have no intention of going back to the way we were. I decided to live a life that makes me happy. For 15 years, I tried so hard to make a successful and happy family life, only to be betrayed. I've done enough. Trouble busters!
My name's Heather. Theo and I have been married for 6 months now. We're still newlyweds, but we just finished building our new house in the suburbs. We even have a kids' room ready, just in case for the future. After getting married, I quit my job and decided to become a full-time homemaker. Will you be home for dinner tonight?
Sorry, I have dinner plans with a client.
Okay, good luck.
I'm really sorry. I wish I could be home for dinner. If it wasn't for work, I'd get to come home quickly and enjoy your homemade cooking.
It's absolutely okay. I'm only a little hurt.
Oh no!
I'm joking.
Oh, okay. I was worried.
Theo's really sweet. He's a perfect gentleman. I guess all newlyweds might feel like this, at least at the beginning. But I was still very happy. If I ignore just one problem, that is.
My sister's asking if she can come over for dinner tomorrow night.
Gah, your sister?
What's with the reaction?
Oh, it's nothing.
Are you sure? You look like that green ogre.
Who are you calling Shrek? If your sister's coming over, will Mel be coming too?
I think so.
The only thing that I can't say is perfect about my husband is his older sister. Her name's Mona and she's 4 years older than me. For some reason though, we can't seem to get along. When I met Theo's family for the first time, I remember she was staring at me like she hated me. Even after that, every time we ran into each other, she'd pretty much ignore me. I could tell that for some reason, she seemed to really dislike me. She's so scary.
Sorry for coming with such short notice.
No worries. If you're really sorry though, you can go elsewhere.
Long time no see, sis.
Theo, I missed you.
It's not like you two have been separated for that long.
What's for dinner tonight?
Salisbury steak. Right, Mel?
I do, but I prefer omelets. Oh, she remembers. Theo, you chose your wife wisely.
Theo always had a soft spot for his sister. He would always listen to what she had to say and often told me stories about her. One could even say that his attachment to his sister meant he had a sister complex.
I can't eat anymore. This is quite a lot of food.
I made sure to keep the portions small though.
Are you trying to make Mel fat?
Not at all.
Sis, calm down. Heather, can you try to make the portions smaller next time?
Yeah, sure.
I'll have the rest of your food, Mel.
No, you can't have it. I'll finish it. Theo, you're so kind.
In the end, she ate it all. We were able to finish dinner without any major problems. But I was feeling a little down. I tried my best, but no one seemed truly grateful with what I prepared. I guess it was just too much food.
Thanks for tonight. We had fun.
Same here.
I'll visit again soon.
Of course.
Again? After that, Mona and Mel would come over a couple of times per week. She'd always schedule ahead of time, so Theo was fine with it, but still, I couldn't help but feel pressured every time. Mentally, physically, even financially.
Thanks for always preparing meals for us.
It's okay. If we could maybe have them over a little less, it would be easier though.
That's true. I'll talk to my sister about it.
Thanks. After that, they only came over a couple of times per month, but the change in pace wasn't all that great for me because...
We'll be staying over for 3 days this time. 3 days!
Yay! I'm so excited!
This isn't exciting at all. It really wasn't much fun for me because Mona would call for me every time Mel ran out of her favorite snacks and drinks.
I told you to buy more.
Sorry, at dinner as well.
It's too bland. Make it again.
This can't be happening. While Mona and Mel were over, our electricity and water bill would skyrocket. They'd leave the water running, the TV on, and leave the fridge open. After a few months, things had started to really take a financial toll on us. I couldn't take it anymore, so I had to talk to Theo about it. The number of times they come over have definitely decreased, but now that they stay over, they're here even more than before.
Hey, calm down, Heather.
What?
Mona's just doing as you requested, so you have to be willing to listen to her needs too.
I don't think she's done anything that I asked her to. Besides, the fact that they're coming over means that I'm accepting what she wants.
Please, Heather, just relax. I want to make you happy, but I want to make my sister happy as well. It's difficult for me too, because I'm stuck in the middle.
Is it just me, or would it be easier to just set some boundaries? Fine, if they could stay over a little less, it'd be a big help though.
I'm sure they'll get bored of coming over soon enough.
I hope so. 2 months went by and they were still coming over. But for some reason, Mona would spend a lot of nights out. I felt bad for Mel, but she would go to bed early and otherwise be immersed in games and whatnot. And she never once said that she was lonely. When Mona was out, Theo and I were able to relax and there were less chores to do. So we were having a great time. It seemed as though Mona's getting bored of staying at her place, which I felt a little better about. At least that's what I thought.
I'm going out tonight, so I don't need dinner.
Okay, yay! Theo and I get to enjoy the TV show we were looking forward to.
Thanks for looking after Mel.
Of course. She can't seem to get enough of her games, so that's a plus.
Why don't you two start thinking about kids? Then Mel won't have to be by herself.
Why do you think we don't have enough time to think about that right now?
I'm home!
Welcome back. Your sister's out tonight as well. She might not be back until the morning. Let's relax and watch TV.
Yeah, but before that,
Do you want to have a bath? It's ready.
I want to talk to you about something.
What is it?
Mona will be living here with us.
Who's living where?
My sister, here.
No!
Mona's been wanting to live here for a while now. You're okay with it, right?
Of course I'm not okay with it. How about rent, food expenses? This is a joke, right?
Don't worry about such trivial things.
They're not trivial. I'm saying no. This is our house for the two of us, not for your sister.
Stop whining about everything. She accepted all of your requests.
The fact that she was staying over means that she didn't listen to my most important request. She was staying at our house, yet she wasn't making any compromises.
Fine. If it's that big of a problem for you, then why don't we get a divorce?
Oh, I get it now. Everything became clear. It's not that he wanted to please everyone. It's that he needed to be liked by everyone. On top of everything, he didn't even truly care about anything that was going on. He couldn't even be bothered to get up and figure things out. He just wanted things to be in a way that benefited him. If he couldn't figure things out, he'd rather just be done with them. If that's the case, he'll get what's coming to him. Trouble buster! Fine, let's get a divorce. I'm out.
What?
That night, I got my things together and went to stay at my family's home. Theo was crying and told me over the phone that what he said was what his sister had told him to say. How lame. But I had already filled out the divorce papers. After Theo got a hold of them, he and Mona came to find me.
How can you say that our house is yours?
How could you take everything from us?
Have you forgotten? That house is under my name.
Huh?
I come from quite a well-off family, and my father owns a lot of land. The house that Theo and I built was actually on land that my father previously owned. When we bought the land, my father switched his name for mine. Theo can be a little forgetful sometimes, so I guess he forgot about that.
Then where am I supposed to live from now on?
Just go back to your own house.
Mona got divorced!
Is that because every time you said you were going out, you were actually cheating on your husband, and he found out about it?
Wait, how did you know?
The thing is, I thought Mona's actions seemed suspicious from a while ago, so I hired a private detective in order to clear my suspicions. According to the detective, though, Mona had been lying to her husband and using our house as an alibi for indecent behavior. She would tell him that she's coming over to our place, but instead would be meeting up with her lover. After hearing all of this, I got undeniable evidence of her cheating and had it sent to her husband. Mona was speechless after I told her what had happened behind her back. Theo was also at a loss for words and decided to sign the divorce papers on the spot. Mel now lives with her dad. She deserves some peace after being dragged around by her mom. Theo and I officially got divorced, and the financial issues that arose from it have all been taken care of. In the future, I hope I can meet someone who's sensible and isn't afraid to voice their opinions. Trouble Busters!
My name is Hikari, and I am a housewife that lives with her husband and daughter. We live in an apartment building, and I have a lot of mom friends that are close to my age. Our children are also close in age, so we like to spend time together. Even in a world of moms, there tends to be a boss-like figure. Minami, who lives in the same apartment building, is bossy, and the other moms have a hard time standing up to her. Hikari, are you free for lunch tomorrow? Yes, I am. There's a new sushi restaurant nearby, and although it's high-end, they have an all-you-can-eat menu. All-you-can-eat? Sounds great! So, shall we go there together tomorrow? You can drive, so take me with you. It's close by, so shouldn't we just cycle there? Please, I prefer to go by car. Take me to that nice sushi restaurant. Don't say it like you want to be swept away to some magical place. Okay then, see you tomorrow. I didn't understand why Minami wanted to go by car so much, but I was looking forward to eating sushi, so I didn't give it much thought. So, Minami, why do you have such a large backpack with you? Minami had a big hiking backpack with her. No reason. Let's eat. Haha, you're set on eating a lot today, huh? True to her word, Minami ate a lot of sushi. It's an all-you-can-eat, but shouldn't she slow down a little? I'm a little embarrassed to be seen with her. I love this fatty tuna. It's so smooth, I can almost drink it. Wow, you're really keeping the pace. We both really enjoyed the meal. As we were about to leave the restaurant, Minami said to me, I'm going to use the restroom. You can wait for me in the car. So I did as she said. Several minutes later, Minami got into my car. You were longer than I expected. Was the restroom occupied? Or did you get a stomachache from all that sushi? Yeah, something like that. She's acting a little strange. After that day, Minami asked me out to lunch often. And for some reason, she always asked me to pick her up by car. I'm not her go-to driver, so there were days that I declined her invites. After I had declined a couple times, I received an angry line message from Minami. I'm mad that you keep on declining my lunch invites. Who do you think you are? A princess. Don't be stupid. I'm not going to ask you out ever again. I didn't mind because I didn't like her that much anyway. I also didn't like her bad manners at the restaurant. If she isn't going to ask me out anymore, good riddance. In addition to not asking me out to lunch, Minami began to ignore me blatantly. Why would she be so mad just because I didn't go to lunch with her? She has such a short temper and a short fuse. One day, one of my mom friends, Midoriko, who lived in the same building, came over to talk to me. Midoriko was shy and quiet, and I liked that she was nice. Hikari, I don't mean to pry, but has Minami been ignoring you lately? Actually, she has. Is it that obvious? I'm not too concerned, though. Did you decline the lunch invites from Minami? In fact, I did. How did you know? The other day, Minami asked me out for some sushi. Oh, that all-you-can-eat place? Yes, and she told me to pick her up by car. She said the same thing to me. Why does she want us to drive her when the restaurant is so close by? Maybe she weighs so much that she can't walk. At the restaurant, Minami ate like a pig. And then, she used the restroom before we left. She did the same with me. She didn't come out for a long time, so I went looking for her. Then, I saw that she wasn't using the restroom. She was inside the storage room where they keep the fresh fish, and she was stealing their fish. Stealing? You mean the big fish that weigh so much? Yes, she took the fish and put them into plastic bags and then her backpack. I saw her. The mystery was now solved. Minami had that huge backpack with her so that she could steal the restaurant's fresh fish. She asked us to drive her because she couldn't carry all that heavy fish on her own. She must have taken so much. When I caught her stealing, she saw me watching her. She said to me, "Don't mention this to anyone. If you do, I'll make sure that you won't be able to live in your apartment anymore." She has some nerve. She's the criminal here. I wanted to speak to you about this because I knew that you could be trusted. Thank you for telling me. We have to do something about this. I couldn't forgive her for stealing, but I was also mad about the fact that she used Midoriko and I. On top of that, she's been bullying and blackmailing us both. Minami, we won't forgive you for what you did. Trouble busters! Midoriko and I gathered a few of our close mom friends and told them about what happened with Minami. It turned out that no one liked her. Minami was bossy, selfish, and rude. But they didn't want to be bullied for standing up to her, and so they chose to deal with her instead. So basically, Minami was asking out people that have cars and using them as drivers so that she could steal food at the restaurants. We found out that there were many others that had been asked by Minami to drive her to places.
So Minami would eat as much as she could at the restaurants and then steal their food too.
We didn't want to remain friends with her, but we were scared that she'd start blackmailing us if we didn't. I was getting sick of her asking me out to lunch so much. Plus, I didn't want to waste my money going to lunch with someone that I dislike. I had no idea that there were so many victims. She's so harmful. We need to get rid of her. We decided to cooperate with the other moms and came up with a plan to get back at Minami. Hello, Minami. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to go out to lunch with you these days. Do you think that your apology will be accepted this late? I'm really sorry that I've been so unsociable lately. I feel bad, so would you allow me to take you out to lunch sometime? Your treat? As soon as I said that I would be treating her to lunch, she jumped at the idea. Damn this woman. Yes, I'm planning to invite our other friends too and go to that sushi restaurant. I'll pick you up by car, and I will pay for the lunch too. Well, if you insist, I'll have to say yes. I couldn't believe that Minami had ignored me for so long, and now she was acting like nothing had happened. How selfish and stupid of her. At the lunch were Midoriko, myself, and some mom friends that knew the truth, and some others that had no idea what was going on. As usual, Minami couldn't stop stuffing herself with food.
Her mouth is like a Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Once we had finished eating, Minami said, I need to use the restroom, so please go ahead without me. But Hikari, please wait, since you're my ride home. And she headed for the restroom as usual. This was it. I told everyone about our plan and what Minami had been doing, and they were all shocked. But after a while, they accepted the situation as something someone like Minami was capable of. A few minutes after Minami had left for the restroom, we heard a voice from the back of the restaurant. What are you saying? We went to see what was happening, and we saw Minami arguing with the staff of the restaurant. Why do I have to pay $2,000?
It's the cost of your meal today, and the cost of all the fish you stole from us up until today.
Stole? What are you talking about?
Don't deny it. We know that you stole our fish the last time that you were here, and today too.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're making this all up.
If you're not going to confess, I'll have no choice but to.
The door of the storage room opened, and a police officer entered the room.
I'm arresting you for theft.
What? I didn't steal anything.
Okay, let me check what's inside your backpack then.
Inside Minami's backpack was lots of fish. This is all a big misunderstanding. This backpack is magical, and it's connected to the ocean. That's why there are fish in my bag.
You're not a witch. You can't use magic. Even if your backpack was connected to the ocean, it doesn't make sense that you have sashimi in there.
Why was Minami suddenly arrested by the police? It's because the day before, Midoriko and I visited the sushi restaurant and informed the staff that our friend was stealing from them. The staff had noticed that someone had taken the fish from their storage room, but they didn't know who the thief was. I then told them that we would be visiting the restaurant with the thief the following day and asked them to call the police beforehand so that we could catch Minami red-handed. That's why we were able to arrest Minami on the spot. Hikari, help me, please. They seem to think that I stole from them. Well, it's true, isn't it? We saw the fish in your backpack. Can you please tell them that I'm innocent? We're friends, aren't we? Actually, we're not. I didn't listen to Minami and left the rest to the people working at the restaurant and the police. The other moms who had been watching everything were horrified. From what I gather, Minami won't be able to boss anyone around anymore. We also found out that Minami had been stealing from other restaurants. All the stores that had been targeted demanded that Minami pay them back for all the damages. She was also charged for theft and found guilty. Once Minami moved out of the building, we were all so happy. We no longer had the fear of being bossed around. With Minami now gone, the rest of us go out to lunch regularly and have a great time together.
If Minami hadn't been so selfish and evil, she wouldn't have been arrested.
Just because she has a huge appetite doesn't make it right for her to steal. We were all appalled by Minami's greed and terrible manners. But because of that, she's gone now, and we feel lucky that we don't have to deal with her anymore. Troublebusters!
I'm Midoriko. I'm dull, and people would not call me a looker. But I have one thing to be proud of. My bright green hair that I've been growing for years. I take good care of my hair, and I would say that it is as shiny and soft like the hair of someone in a shampoo commercial. My beautiful hair is the only thing about me that I'm confident about. I have a fiancé named Akashi, and we started dating because of my hair. Oh no, I overslept! I didn't have time to do my hair. I went to work with my hair down for the first time. I was late for work because I stayed up the night before watching cartoon films. This is what happens when you're a geek like me.
Good morning. This is the first time that I see you with your hair down.
Good morning, Akashi.
I like the way you look with your hair down.
Really? Thank you so much.
What's happening to you, Midoriko?
That's how we began to talk and eventually start dating. After some time, Akashi proposed to me. Of course, I said yes, and we set off to meet his parents. When we got to his parents' house, his sister, who is a hairdresser, was also there. His parents were very nice, but his sister, Natsumi, was looking at me as if she were trying to determine my worth.
So, you're Midoriko. You're not how I imagined you to be. Akashi usually dates attractive women, and you are so not his type.
She's indirectly telling me that I'm unattractive. I know it's true, but...
Natsumi, you're being rude.
Me? Rude? I was only implying that Midoriko is simple and affable.
Natsumi was friendly to me, but I could sense sarcasm in her voice and choice of words.
Midoriko, do you want me to cut your hair for you?
Why so suddenly?
I'm a hairdresser, and I think you'd look better with short hair. I'll cut your hair short for you.
That's not necessary. I like my hair long.
You look like a nerd with long hair, and cutting it short will give you a more cheerful look. You should cut your hair very short.
Thank you for your concern, but I prefer to keep my hair long. And I'd like to have long hair for my wedding. After I declined her offer to cut my hair, Natsumi was visibly in a bad mood. Her attitude towards me became very cold, and she told me how uncool and dull I was every chance that she got. Akashi and his parents told her to stop, but she told them that she was just trying to make funny jokes. After what seemed like a very long day, our visit to Akashi's childhood home came to an end. Our wedding day finally arrived.
Midoriko, you look stunning.
I guess anyone can look beautiful in this dress. This is Hikari. She is my friend who works as a hair and makeup stylist. I asked her to style my hair and do my makeup for my wedding, and she gladly accepted.
Your hair is so beautiful and long that I had such a fun time styling it.
Thank you for making me look so attractive. I didn't think that I could ever look so good. I'm like a beautiful battleship.
Why are you comparing yourself to a battleship? I'm glad that you like it.
I'm going to the restroom. After I left the waiting room, I bumped into Natsumi in the hallway.
Wow, Midoriko, I love your hair.
Thank you. There seems to be something on your neck.
Let me take a look.
Okay. Natsumi stood behind me, and then I heard a creepy cutting sound.
Don't move. I'm just making the finishing touches to make your hair spectacular. Somebody!
Natsumi got a hold of me and continued to chop my hair off. I screamed for help, but it was too late. Half of my hair had been cut off.
Midoriko, are you okay?
Akashi ran over to me and grabbed Natsumi's arm hard.
What are you doing?
I don't think Midoriko can attend her own wedding looking like that. So funny!
Natsumi continued to laugh sinisterly and ran off.
Are you okay?
I'm not hurt, but my hair is a mess.
Why would she do this to you?
I guess she figured that I would look more hip this way.
Stop trying to be funny.
I was so shocked that I barely made it back to the waiting room. My parents and Hikari were also shocked to see my new hair, and Hikari began to cry on my behalf. I was too shocked to even cry. But when I saw my messy hair in the mirror, tears began to roll down my face. I started bawling and my makeup melted away.
I think we should postpone the wedding. Midoriko can't go out looking like this.
What a terrible thing to do! Let's call the police.
My parents said that the right thing to do was call the police, but I stopped them and told them that I didn't want to postpone the wedding. I also didn't want to let Natsumi off too easily. I had to get back at her for what she had done. Akashi tried to stop me as well, but he listened to me and we decided to go ahead with the wedding. We won't forgive her! Trouble Busters! The wedding began as planned. The only people that knew of my terrible haircut were Akashi, Hikari, and my parents. The many wedding guests gathered at the venue. The staff at the venue were surprised to see my hair. But I explained to them what had happened, and they agreed to go ahead with a different plan for the wedding. I hid my face and hair with my veil and walked down the aisle with my father. I then revealed my messy hair and face to the wedding guests.
Oh my! What happened to Midoriko?
What happened?
My parents-in-law, along with the wedding guests, were stunned by my appearance. I'm sorry that I'm such an unsightly bride.
We've changed our wedding plans and would like to bring something to your attention.
I was assaulted by somebody who cut off all my hair against my will. I was devastated by this person's actions. This is why I look so terrible. I cried so much that my makeup melted away.
That person is my sister. My sister Natsumi did this to my beloved Midoriko.
When my parents-in-law heard this, they were very shocked. They hadn't thought that the culprit would be their daughter. Natsumi cut my hair and ran off. I don't know what she was thinking. What Natsumi did to me is unforgivable. That is why I wanted to talk about this in front of everyone. I told my story to everyone because I wanted as many people as possible to know about what Natsumi had done to me. My parents-in-law apologized to me profusely.
We are so sorry about this, Midoriko. I can't believe that Natsumi would do this to you.
We don't think that our apologies will be enough, but...
There is no need for you to apologize. The one who should be doing the apologizing is Natsumi. Would it be alright with you if I notified the police of this incident?
Of course, she deserves her punishment.
Okay, I will act accordingly. After our terrible wedding, we notified the police. Natsumi was arrested close to the wedding venue. She was holding on to my chopped hair and smiling to herself. How wicked. According to her confession, She had cut off my hair because she didn't want to welcome a hideous person like me into her family. Hideous? How could she say that? I know that there is some truth in that, but I thought that if I fixed her hair, she would look a little better. That's why I told her that I would cut her hair, and she said no, which is what ticked me off. Why do I have to listen to what you say? I'm not one of your minions. I also couldn't forgive the fact that an ugly person like her was getting married before me. So it's jealousy. I figured that if I ruined her hair, the wedding would be called off. I learned that the reason why Natsumi cut my hair off was because she was jealous of the fact that a not-so-pretty me was getting married before her. What jealousy! That's why she was so desperate to cut my hair off. What a stupid reason! Because I got the police involved, Natsumi got the punishment that she so deserved. In addition to the punishment from the police, the guests at the wedding labeled her as the crazy one who cut off the bride's hair. She'll probably have a hard time when she gets out of prison. This also became a hot topic in the beauty industry thanks to Hikari, so Natsumi will not be able to go back to being a hairdresser. Her family are intent on cutting ties with her too, so she has no family to turn to. I suppose that Natsumi could not foresee that by cutting my hair off, her family would be cutting her off too. A few months later, my hair had grown back, and so we had a second wedding ceremony.
I'm so happy to see that your hair has grown back. You look amazing.
Thank you. I'm so happy that I asked you to do my hair and makeup again. Our wedding was a great success, and our guests loved my hair and makeup. Our first wedding ceremony was not so great, but because of it, I was able to cut off my relationship with Natsumi, and that turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I plan to live happily ever after with Akashi. Trouble Busters!